glasses are on.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, I hope you got your glasses, son. Can't come on here without that. Hey, listen. You need to raise your see. Don't tell me you ain't got yours, Rolly.
I don't have mine.
You wank.
You're in a different room.
No professionalism in this place. So I
get the heads up.
We are live. I think
we are live.
We are live. Yeah.
We on? Charts.
Yep.
All right. Let's turn that off. Let's turn this off and let's keep it very professional, ladies and gentlemen. So we roll. Yes, we're all live and live. Oh, mother fluffers. Right then. We should officially launch this episode. And John, it's nice to see that you've come in professional attire for the fix. Rolly Royce will let him off because it's literally, what is it, midnight or after that?
It's It's 11:30.
11:30, and
yeah,
obviously Ray leads his beauty sleep. And we're joined by a special guest who I'm going to introduce in just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. You may not know this man unless you are from Mount Olympus, then you'll know him well. But until that point, let's kick it on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the fix.
Now then, show number 83 in the mother fluffing house, and as always, is brought to you by Western Survivor beef jerky. Food of the gods will put 9 inches on even the largest penis. Believe me, this is what you need in your life. And as a top tip, cracked peppercorn. Good gear. Have you tried that yet, John?
I have not tried peppercorn, but I have tried the original. It's amazing.
Which is also Titties of the Wizard. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the fix, and I'm going to introduce you to a very, very special guest who is joining us. But before I do so, let me tell you a little story. Okay? Settle back, and let's get into this thing. So, I have now been arm wrestling for a total of, I believe, about 34 years. And in that 34 years, I've seen a hell of a lot of arm wrestling shows, productions, TV clips, TV boosters, pilots, YouTube pilots, things that never got rolling. Every single thing you can think of for the sport of arm wrestling and many other sports. And I am going to say, to kick off this show, that I genuinely believe that the man who's joining us on the show tonight has made, at his first attempt, the best arm wrestling show that I have ever seen.
We tried.
Genuinely mean that. Ladies and gents, in the bottom corner of your screen is Mr. James Statham, and he's the other half of Arm Wars, and we are going to blow the fucking roof off this game. And I'm not joking. Now then, we weren't going to launch the Arm Wars channel, okay, until, well, we're not officially going to launch the Arm Wars channel until Christmas. But we wanted to give, we couldn't help it. Everybody knows what it's like at Christmas. You want a little peep of what's coming. So against the better judgment of Mr. Statham.
Neil, the truth is, every time I send you anything, you just want to put it out. I'm thinking of not sending you anything anymore because
don't send him anything. No.
Honestly, as soon as he gets it, he's on the phone. Right, so I've got this plan. And the next minute, to be fair, the plans are right, but I'm not sending him anything anymore.
I mean, that's fair. Everything he just said.
That is fair. Because 2 minutes later, he's on the group call. He's like, dudes, check this out.
I couldn't help it though. I couldn't help it. Because how we got here, right? This is how this went down. I got contacted by, how long ago now? Yeah, more. Is it more? More
well, when we got into it.
When you got hold of me. Originally.
Yeah, about a year ago. Yeah, roughly.
Say a year to 18 months, no more than that. And James wanted to make, actually, let's use his proper title. Jason wanted to make a show, a film about myself. And he said,
we're going to fall out.
It's all right. We're going to show the different elements of your career and this, that, and the other, and that was it. And we met up close to my house on a criminally frigging windy day. It didn't seem windy when we set off, but it was windy as hell. We nearly died, actually. And that was around winter time. We walked up onto the top of a moorland hillside, nearly frigging died. But we got a lot of contact after that. We were going to the Giants gigs together and so on and so on. Joe Mama with a super chat. I'll get to that in 1 second, Joe. We went up onto this hillside. We filmed some stuff. We came back down. We saw a bloke getting a chew in a darkened room. True story. Happened. Went in there. We're looking at a filming location. Came out again. I'll never forget. I can't lose that image. I can't get rid of it. When I walked in and he went, mid-chew. Oh, hello.
When?
You can't. You know when I went in to check if I could film inside because it was getting, we were.
In the tower. Yeah. Oh yeah.
We were getting blown about bad outside. Funnily enough, somebody else was getting blown about inside. Different.
He wasn't a Western Survivor either, though. You could tell.
No, you could tell. He had a right panic on. He didn't just go. Yeah. No, he panicked. And I went, "Don't stop what you're doing. Crack on. We'll film outside." But getting back to the story, we got down, and I asked James jokingly, "So, are you any good or what?" And he said, "Oh yeah, I'm all right, yeah." And I said, "Because I've got this other concept, which I've been trying to get away for years and years and years, and I've never met anybody who could do it." And we got talking, and I outlined a concept and when you're speaking to somebody, and as you start going through the elements of the concept that you're talking about, and the person who you're speaking to is clearly infinitely better at what you're talking about than you can possibly envisage. And he had that look on his face where he was politely listening, but saying, inside, "Look, fatty, just hold my beer."
You're a mind reader.
That's what he was thinking. And that gave me a great deal of confidence. And the more we spoke, the more I saw the hold my beer look in his eyes. And it continued to give me a lot of confidence. And I can honestly say that in all the people I've worked with on that side of the industry, I don't believe there's anybody that can deliver this thing in the same way as James can. I really don't. I'm going to get the opinions of James in a minute and also the lads on that. I'm just going to knock over a couple of super chats. Joe Mama's come in. Neil, number 1. Can't wait for Armwrestling'S at Christmas. Thanks, Neil and James. Honestly, mate. Firstly, thanks for the super chat, Joe. Anybody, when you super chat to this channel, all right? If you want to know where your super chat money goes, you can find out because it's already up. Everything that this channel has made, and a hell of a lot more as it happens, I poured into trying to put on the event for Reality Check and to get this thing away. James has worked his absolute nuts off for, since August, the end of August when we did this thing, night and day.
Pretty much only had one other job in the meantime. Yeah.
To try to get this thing going, okay? And we need your support. We needed to go over, we needed to give us a lift, and we needed a sub. Because this is it. This is Custer's last stand. Because for years I've been saying if you could do this thing right, it'll bring the most entertaining arm wrestling matches in the world to life like we've never seen them before. I've confidently said that throughout my entire career. And I'm telling you guys, this is it. And the one we've put out there, this dude considers to be shit. He didn't want to put it out. He said, look, we can't do this. We can't put it out. It sucks. That's not good enough.
It's got a good story. It's just not finished. But hey.
But go and have a look at it. Check it out, guys. And you will see. So Engin's fake taxi account is in the chat. And he's put, who wins in a super match? Mandingo or Blowing? Whew. It's close. It's very close. And tonight, Ryan's not with us, so we can say anything about Ryan. Because he'll be tuning in. He's got other things to do. I actually miss him already. Anybody else? No? Ray? You don't miss him? No? No?
Yeah, a little bit.
Start a poll.
I'm drinking coffee, so
yeah, I noticed that.
It's good that Ryan's not here.
That dead cool on your brew cup. Yeah, not like your work. So yeah, we miss him, but I'm going to go with Blowing. Perfectly honest, I think he could. I think he could handle Mandingo.
I think he can handle that.
Yeah, and you'd love to see him try.
Like he's good with his fingers.
He is good with his fingers. 6'1", the fingery fun. So Toot Karcher in the chat. Ryan got upgraded. James, your work is iron dick. It is iron dick. Two Couch has obviously been over there, checked it out. Let me tell you now. Joe Momo with another super chat. Neil loved when he talked about getting lesser known names over to Arm Wars. We're going to talk about that again tonight, mate, just to give everybody the concept of this thing. How about getting BLM a match? the irony, John.
Right?
What time was that tonight? We were talking about it. So
how long ago?
So first of all, I want to just bring in Ray for a start and Uncle John for a second. Guys, am I talking shit here? Am I nuts or am I biased? What is it? I mean, you've watched that show.
Just before you go into that, I was hoping by coming on here, there wouldn't be as much kind of flattery and all that.
Oh, it was shit.
Well,
you're a wanker.
Despite
I knew I hated you for a reason.
I mean, James can make a very mean, good-looking video, but he is the king of wank. I mean, we all pretty much figured that out in October.
A lot of spitting truth going on in the early segment of this show, because that also is true.
They all have cameras in my room or something.
And it came up with James is, in fact, a massive wanker. But this is a man who, tell him what your favourite car is, James.
It's not an F-150, anyway, I'll put it that way.
Should be, though, son. And what is it?
I haven't got a favourite car. I like cars, not pickup trucks.
Anyway, there we go. So, come on, Ray. You saw that event. You were at Reality Check.
Was I?
Now, is it just me, or does
I don't think I was there because my video is not out. So,
well, all I can tell you is this: the frigging show that I saw. If you think you've seen footage from Reality Check, if you think you've seen the matches, no, you really haven't. Because I was there, I was commentating it, and it don't look anything like, nothing like what we saw. It really doesn't. It's like gone through a portal of some description, and it's turned into a miniature film created by that man.
I actually sent the link from the first video to a bunch of people that don't watch it, that speak a little English. They absolutely loved it.
And these
they don't care about arm wrestling. They don't care about arm wrestling.
That's the goal, isn't it? At the end of the day, is to. But we've got two audiences to keep happy. You know, we've got the hardcore arm wrestling fan who just wants to just get to the arm wrestling, Yeah, they care a little bit about the pullers and their opinions as the match went through. Well, they just want to see the match and see how they won, see how, how monstrous the match was. But we also need to cater to the new. We want to turn you guys into seasoned fans, and the way to do that is to draw them in, embrace them in it, get them so involved in the story, and they will learn all the nuances along the way. And as we get more deep into these, they will become more technical in terms of what we're seeing on the table and stuff like that, as our audience becomes more adept to arm wrestling and the nuances of it.
Well, the other thing that I wanted to touch on there as well was somebody mentioned it earlier on. Joe spoke about it earlier on and said, look, Arm Wars, I like how it's not just for the top names in the sport. And it really isn't. What Arm Wars is for is anyone, to be perfectly honest. It could be anyone. Arm Wars is about matchmaking. It's about arm wrestling matches, not necessarily just arm wrestlers. When you watch I don't know whether we got any fans of the UFC, okay? But the Ultimate Fighter changed the face of UFC forever. And we genuinely believe that this is how arm wrestling should be presented, and that it can change the shape and the form and the presence of arm wrestling forever. Because people care about characters, they invest in characters, they invest in people. And that is what we are exposing. We're trying to show people's characters. We got quiet guys in that first show, okay? Frodo Hoagland is not an outspoken, loud person. If you're around, that's why God gave Frodo that smile, okay? Because he doesn't need to speak. He just smiles and everybody loves him. But we broke into his character. The idea that I'd put across to James, and he said in a nice way was, yeah, I get it. I got it. I've been doing it years. Hold my beer. Was we want the character themselves to tell you what happened in the match. not a commentator, not anybody else, not me telling you about it. This is a different thing. We want them to tell you what was experienced by them firsthand. It's funny, we got so many comments about the match between Frodo and Bogdan. So many people saying, oh, this happened, that happened, terrible refereeing, this should never have happened. I'm going to tell you all a little story here, okay? The matches where I actually believe that Frodo Hogan won that match. I believed it on the day. Everybody that was there knew that I believed it on the day. I walked over to the table, as you'll actually see on the film. And I said, whoa, guys, just so you know, everybody's watching this. There's cameras everywhere. And honestly, I think that was a mistake. I thought Paul Maiden had a wonderful weekend. I thought he did a tremendous job as referee. He kept the thing going. He was he's an excellent arm wrestler himself. I thought he did a brilliant job. But there was a misinterpretation on a call. And I genuinely think that was a mistake and that Frodo should have won that match. It's a simple, according to the rules of Arm Wars, Frodo won the match. I went over and just reiterated that. And Bogdan accepted it and was sort of ready to walk away. He said, oh, okay, fair enough. And that was that. And he said that to show the caliber of individual that Bogdan is. He was like, okay, fair enough. Frodo came in over the top and said, well, let's do it again. That's what actually happened. And that says a great deal about the men at the table, about their character. The match could have been over right there.
The question is, do you think he would change that decision knowing that he was going to lose?
No.
I don't. No. I think he still would have gone, I'd rather lose than win after a decision because something's been turned over or something like that.
Yeah, we spoke about it afterwards and he said that his only disappointment was for anybody that backed him on State Kings. That was it. That was his comment. He said, that's my only disappointment. He said, I always want to finish matches by arm wrestling.
Let me down. I think that hurt more than anything else.
But the drama that it created at the event, it's actually set up a wonderful rematch as well. You know, it was the silver bullet. It didn't make... Everybody saw what happened. I think there was no loser in that match. It was mega. It was mega match. Pabnaful, we will get to your super chat in a minute, mate. We're just going to stay on topic for a little while, and then we will address that, brother. But that's a rematch waiting to happen. Obviously, it introduced a lot of people to Bogdan Stoica, who I personally believe is an absolute frigging star. The man is a star. If you didn't know that guy before, you do now. He's a complete star and a lovely guy. Pull anywhere.
That was my exact impression. I didn't know much about Bogdan at all before that weekend. And not only is he phenomenal on the table, but the guy is like a charismatic, funny guy too, right? He had good control over all aspects. I think out of all the stock market levels, like he has gotten a huge boost. He has to. His name is so much more recognized now, and you can put his personality to his name. Perfect.
Yeah, he really, and that's the thing we want to set out to do. I mean, you're gonna see one of the most moving shows I think you'll see is the match between two relatively unknown arm wrestlers. One who's better known, but two relatively unknown arm wrestlers in the match between Urban Armstrong and Ted the Elf.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a great episode to watch. I can tell you now. James sent me over a few snippets of that, and that is some.
And Neil was like, "Let's put it out." It's ready.
Yeah.
It was well. I was.
And at that point, James was like, we kind of need athletes to tell the story. You shouldn't be commenting.
That's when it started. Yeah.
It was like no. James was more like
I'll kill you in your sleep.
It ain't going out. But we've put one out. And
your wife's boyfriend, mate.
He's probably in the chat or upstairs.
I hope he is in the chat because then it'll prove it's not me.
I haven't heard the light's not swung. So there's nothing untoward, mate. Right.
Well, dust falling down.
You just Mandingo. Oh, you need to know, son. Okay. Now then, let's have a look. We're going to knock over a couple of supers that have just come in. Padna Full. Hey, Coach Ray. Do you think King of the Table 2 setup rules is guaranteed to put Devon at an advantage as it's basically automatic straps?
Everyone's like talking about it. And the thing is, John's shoulder is way better than it was. And the problem in the strap was because his shoulder was injured. It's better, but it's still a problem. So I'll say it gives a slight advantage because John is usually very good at controlling the hand without the strap, in the strap as well. But it's most of the time you cannot even slip with him. So it's a weird thing, but yeah, I'll give a little edge on Devon on that one.
Yeah, I think John's making he's making believers over a lot of people right now.
You know, he was on with myself and Cobra on Friday, and he just seems so relaxed.
If
right?
you haven't seen that, guys, get over, check out John's channel, sub while you're there, and check that out. Cobra Rhodes and John Brzenk. One night, two of the biggest legends we've ever seen in the sport. Good show.
Yeah, and John the whole time was just, this is, easy, no problem. His one thing of advice for Devon was, be careful. I'm not that old. I'm not that broken. I loved it.
I mean, he is old and very broken.
Well,
Love you, John. Now then, so here we go. Matt, tickle my limits, Larrett. The mother fluffing house, one of my favorite peeps. Hey guys, Neil Armwrestling'S video was so amazing. Thanks, buddy. Really, really, really pleased you liked it, and we hope everybody feels the same about that. We really do. I think some of the mods have put it out here. Get over there. We need you guys to sub like never. We need you guys to share like never before, and to watch this thing. Just watch it. Just what I promise. If you've watched any of the footage from Reality Check, watch that. Different thing, different planet, totally different animal. Just watch that thing.
Well, that's only a start, though. We've got far bigger and better to come. That was very much a test bed, but
it is a test bed,
yeah, very much. And with different videos, I think Ray touched on it last week when he said, he did his interview prior. So we've got different.
From different.
They're all going to be different. Don't watch one and think, oh right, yeah, I've seen it before. It's just the same, just two different people. No, they're all going to be different.
They are, and
especially when we have our next event, that's just going to be. Incredible.
Oh my god, yeah. We'll get onto that in a little while. But the Iron House, all the issues, these guys all know the issues we faced, which were monumental stuff that we faced at the Arnolds. We're going to iron those out when we go back to the Arnolds this year. Great people at the Arnolds, and they're very aware, very acceptant of the problems it caused us. We're going to iron all that stuff out, and we'll be back there bigger and better this year. But god damn, we had some problems that were very, very when you're trying to film something and you've got Let It Go playing in the background, not ideal.
And that's just Neil singing in the background.
That's just me. You've been watching my DVD before we set Metallica in the shower. That's it, really. I should have been on X Factor. Obviously, I'd have been stoned to death. But, So, getting back to Matt Tickle My Limits, he's put 2. Devon says his hoodie. Oh, he must have got the hoodie. Has he got the green zip hoodie? I'm guessing it didn't fit then. He says his hoodie is 5XL. What the frig? Part man, part 8 then, because I think he's a 2XL. In his t-shirt size, unless he's put on stupid weight, but yeah, he has got long arms.
I think he did a post-opening thing, and he had a t-shirt which was a 2XL, and he was kind of bragging that he still got into it just about.
Right.
So it might be a 3XL.
I'd sent him a 2XL. It was a green hoodie. It's the first of the green hoodies. We're going to be doing them, the No Limits hoodies, the mint, actually. It's like a dark green, like a forest green, like a classier green. Stretch it, Ray. Rue's in the house. There you go. So, but what a nice hoodie you sent. Thank you, Matt. Tickle My Limits. Trying our best. Love all the excitement in arm wrestling. Love you guys. Best show in arm wrestling, Neil. Thanks, mate. Really appreciate the channel. Thanks for your chat. So, Monster Michael Toddler. Electrify pin pads and gunge the loser. Thoughts? Yeah. Different approach. Brendan Lemon Mulville, let me crush schoolboy. I mean, depending on how you read that and where you read that, that's a very disturbing comment. But anyway, we'll move on. We did talk about you tonight, though, BLM. We did talk about you. There were no schoolboys involved in the conversation whatsoever. But we did talk about you tonight, and we talked about the potential of you facing someone in Arm Wars. the bigger version of you, because I reckon you looked big. I don't know how big, but you looked over 100 kilos for sure. Do you know what he weighed?
He was like 240-ish.
Is he? Shit.
Yeah.
10 kilos. Okay, very big. But how tall is Brendan?
I want to say, I could be wrong on this, but it's got to be at least 6'2". I don't know if he's...
Maybe, because we do halves on here.
Sure. Yeah.
Because I think Ryan...
6'1.5" he is.
Yeah. Yeah.
James is 6'6". Jace, sorry, mate, got your name wrong there. Jace Wank is actually 6'2". He's not even having it. Look at him. Look at that. Eh?
What?
So he's supposed to react. No?
To what?
Fat legless bird. Oh, here we go. Fat legless bird. Oh, Ray, you wanker. He knows him. I'm loving his gigs. Check it out. That's why he's technical director. Get the level here. Pick up on it. Make some notes here, Jason. Look at this.
Pretty
Look at
good.
that, eh? Hey, can you do that? You know.
Wait till you see Ray's edit.
Yeah. Your edit's just. It was at this point that Ray knew.
Oh god.
He's put Ray, you wanker. I had to get that in again. You proud of your little boy taking a crack at Chan's show in Dubai? We were going to address this. I was cheering out loud with my chair. That was impressive, wasn't it?
Of course, because I think it helped with Larry's confidence.
Yeah. And to be fair, the lad's taking his lumps.
Yeah.
Taking some whippings.
Yeah.
That's nothing against Chance at all.
No.
Chance is a good dude. But it was just nice to see. He looked more joined up than he has. He's starting to mental map it, isn't he? That's what it comes down to. And
reaching maturity in arm wrestling.
Yeah.
It will take about a year for him to be really like threatening to everyone. But yeah.
But it's coming.
It's coming, yeah.
So we got some hey with a super chat. Thank you very much, brother. He's not put a message on there. It's probably for Ray, though. Everybody's super chatting for Ray tonight. Let's have a look. Oh, Ryan Bowen in the chats. Ryan, finish up what you got to do, son, and get your ass on here. He's put 6'1.75". That's what he actually 1.75. Yeah, in thin socks. Not even.
Evan Burgoyne did message me and said BLM is 6'2", 235 pounds, but he's pushing up to 250 now.
What is it about everybody getting bigger?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
Why?
Well, you just should get better at arm wrestling than just.
Isn't that the same thing, Ray?
It's
Bigger.
not the same thing.
It's probably got something to do with Devon and Michael.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Testing over pancakes.
Pandora's box has been opened.
Espy's going pure left arm now, isn't he?
I need to get. You know what? I sent Ryan Espy the link for this thing tonight. And Ryan, if you are in the chat or you're watching, feel free to dial in, because I was getting a lot of people sending notes over saying, "Oh, what happened with Espy and what happened with?" And I said, "Look, I don't think you guys realize Alex Cadacchia was a different individual.
He is different individual.
We up to that point, okay, we were not sure how good, but everybody at that event knew that was a different hombre to the Alex Cadacchia that we'd ever seen before. We were very aware en masse of that. All right. And Alex Cadacchia knows what I feel he's capable of, because I've been talking to him privately for a few weeks now. So you speak to him about what I said he's capable of. And yesterday I got asked a question. I just in the chat on Chance's gig. Chance's over in, he did a live from Dubai. And somebody said, "Look, who have you got? What's your final prediction?" And I said, "I'll tell you this. On paper, Hermes is going to be everybody's favorite. But let me tell you right now, Alex Cadacchia has an opportunity to prove his true potential, because I honestly think he's still only on the route. I think that guy, I'll go on record as saying, I think that guy has the potential to be the man."
Yeah, agreed.
That's a bad man right there. Let me tell you now.
I'm kind of worried if he starts facing Levon and Vitaly too fast. I think he still needs a little bit more time, just a little bit.
He might need 3-4 years time. I couldn't agree more, mate. I think
it's not like he's only going to get one shot at it, though, is it? You know, he can have a shot now.
No, but it kind of messes with your momentum. I agree. there's Trubin still in the mix. Like him and Michael might be interesting, and then Gennady, you know. So, and there's more, but we'll see. I think the potential is there. He's a real life giant. He's really a giant.
A real one.
You don't have to fake it.
Yeah,
you know?
not manufactured, not pancake, not just God-given.
Yeah.
That shall be a big fucker.
And to out-top roll Hermes Gasparini is a big statement.
With ease, mate.
With ease.
With it, I'm going to say I was shocked by the ease of that.
Yeah.
I was shocked by the ease at which he handled that. That was not, and I've seen Alex when he's scratching and pulling hard, and he wasn't.
No.
That wasn't scratching. That was comfortable.
No, he blasted through SP, blasted through Tobias, and blasted through Hermes in 2 months. Who does that?
Yeah, it's
the only thing I was afraid. I was like, maybe it's too much, too fast. Maybe it's too much.
I agree. I was the same page, but I did have Alex backed. I told him before the match, I think that you're big enough to do this, and I think you're big enough to do way more. I said to Alex, look, your potential is off the scale, and I actually think that you're going to shock a lot of people here. But let's say I'm wrong and it doesn't work out like that. True, believe in yourself. You can go on to be the overall number one in the world. I really believe that. And I think what I said to him is get layers of technique, seek out the technical tuition so you become super well-rounded. Because explosivity, Jesus Christ, he's got it for days. He's got natural fast twitch on that massive frame. Yeah. And he doesn't move very well yet. He moves probably 40% and another 60% of growth there. So you imagine him, he gets really polished and gets layers of technique. Holy God.
Get it.
That will be a horrible individual to arm wrestle against. You know?
After today's match, I took the Bibles from my house and I just threw them out.
Yeah, we put Cadacchia.
See Cadacchia now. I just got a picture of Cadacchia. That's it.
Yeah.
We made a
statue of Alex made in
Ukrainian Polish Viking.
Yeah. She will shave one of his cats and make it have a Cadacchia haircut.
I have to do it then.
We do it. Do it. Get along. We can save up and purposely buy Ray a long-haired cat. What's the breed of the longest-haired moggy in the world that could model an Alex haircut? We could do it little like a Viking tail.
Let's get a toupee put on it, won't you?
The nuts.
Get one of them bald Japanese ones and then pop a toupee on top of it.
There you go.
Plaited toupee.
Awesome.
By the way, everyone in the chat is saying that Levon is in the chat.
Oh, if he is, get on here.
Yeah.
Gosh, Philly, get on here, you.
Send him a link.
Is he in? It can't be.
I don't know. People are saying that, but I did not see.
George Knight must be like stupid o'clock. Oh, is he still in Dubai though, isn't he?
Still in Dubai.
Time is it in Dubai now? 2 a.m. or something?
Might be. I don't know.
No, it's an hour. So hour behind me. So 11.
No, it could be
11.
Yeah, it might be Chance. If Chance and Levon are in there, let us know, guys.
I'm in Dubai now.
So, Joe Mama.
Oh, it's 2 a.m. It's 2 a.m. there.
It's 2 a.m. Okay, maybe not then. He'll be knackered. He'll be, like I said, little voice in. Like James had his little voice in Levon's head going, "Q, fatty. Come dialing in now." Very much mistaken. So, Joe Mama, Neil, not trying to run up your costs, but we love to have arm wars here in the States. East Coast, and I'll buy you a beer or 6. Mate, we've been over there. I've done a few arm wars in the US, and yeah, expensive. And at the moment, we got some saving up to do because everything we have got is being plowed into that venture. This is it. It's on. I've plowed everything, literally every penny and a hell of a lot more that the channel has made, which is not that much actually, has gone into trying to get the other channel going and doing this thing right. Simple as that.
It's not just that. COVID is still plaguing the world, and it's not easy.
Hopefully soon to be
put international events on.
Western Survivor beef jerky, the greatest beef jerky in the world. www.westernsurvivor.com. www.westernsurvivor.ca. James used to be shit at editing. Sent him a box of this. Now.
It's a little less shit.
Be careful, Ray.
Hey, I know.
You have to turn with the cat. You're like, be careful, Ray. What you doing?
I don't know where Jesus is. I would have thought he'd be up here by now.
But get Jesus. Let's have a cat off.
He'll turn up.
Pussy off. Yeah, here we go.
Pussy off.
Talking
like James Bond movie.
Talking for a moment about Larry Wheels, though, that's going to rattle a few cages over in the US, and his next match is probably that's changed the betting. I'll bet, because you would think that match is going to go in Hook. You know, so. Yeah.
But Chance isn't Hook dominant, right?
No,
like,
oh my God,
that I saw they were starting at least partially in a Hook, right? So it didn't really surprise me the way it went, because obviously there is.
Chance went into a defensive top, as he does. He had his low hand defensive top. So just for everybody who doesn't know, when you try to top roll somebody, period, when you go for, and particularly with a low hand top roll, if you then get slotted into a hook, you are not in a good position from a body shaping perspective to hook hard.
You're way under.
You're way under, and you're just not shaped correctly. So that's not indicative in any way of Chance, ramming back into to Larry. But let's be honest, it shouldn't be anyway. You know what I mean? What we're saying is we're not hammering on Chance, not taking anything away from Chance. I don't believe for 1 minute that Larry can do anything with Chance in an arm wrestling match. But he shouldn't need to, and he wouldn't, and he shouldn't be expected to. But the fact of the matter is this: Larry Wheels is coming on.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he just looked much better. The lad looked much better. He's clearly an athlete. He's clearly an extraordinarily strong man. And he's starting to map it. He's starting to join it up. And, to be honest, I'm looking forward to that next match. I am really looking forward to that next match. I think it should be good, So, and props to the guys out there. Obviously, Levan's been working with him, Rackley working with him out there. They've done a good job.
Yep.
What happened when you were out there, Ray?
I didn't do a good job.
Terrible.
I did a terrible job. They know me as Ray the Terrible.
Yeah, Raymond the Terrible. We're going to put that on that next shirt.
My best friend is Vlad the Destroyer, the Impaler.
The Destroyer, yeah. He wishes he was the Impaler more often. Here we go. Calvin Jones with a £5 super chat. Levens apparently is in the chat.
Yeah, he is.
He's legitimately in. I'm off. Ping him the goddamn link. Calvin Jones, mate, I'm going to send you the link if you want to come on. You, by all means, get on here, and we'll have a chat with Levon. So let me ping that. I'm going to just you can talk amongst yourselves, guys, while I send him this link.
James, what are you looking forward to most about Iron House?
Control.
So you in Iron House, you want to get interviews before and after, yeah?
Oh, there'll be everything. We've got quite a few things planned. Can't let too much out of the bag, but yes.
Will you have like security footage, from security cameras?
Just following you. Just making sure you don't get up to any good. Yeah. There will be the coverage will be 5 times more. We'll be covering the entire thing from athletes arriving, because the actual arm wrestling will only be a very small in time wise. It will only be a very small part of the 4 days, 4 or 5 days. So yeah, expect big things, and not just your straightforward shows that we've been putting out. A lot of different content as well. So yeah.
Okay. I'm excited for that too. Just for people who have been watching, the Arm War stuff, maybe you saw it, when it was happening, when we did have the live, whatever. It, as a puller who was there, it was like 4 days, but really it was like 8 hours. And it was just madness the whole time. Like we were going from here to there, a million people it's shocking to me that we were able to do anything, to tell you the truth.
It's not just that. You've got to strip the stage and then reload the stage again, because we were sharing the stage every hour. Well, 4 times a day.
4 times a day.
4 times a day. Yeah. So that just increases the potential for something to go wrong. Plus all the things that are just going the wrong around you anyway. With that stage across from us, it was We don't want to win too much about them because we want them to treat us right next time we go down. But things will change next year. Things will change.
Oh yeah.
That was one of the most impressive parts of the new footage, that first Stoica versus Frodo match, was the footage looks like it's intimate. You're right there, but in reality, the crowd was free. Like you couldn't. There was people all over the place. It was madness. It was bright lights. It was crazy, and so it looks so much better than it did in real life, I guess.
Cheers, mate. Yes, that's what we strive for.
When I said to James, he said, "What I'm like, what's the look you're going for?" I said, "Look, I want Armwrestling'S to be sort of sinister, like a grainy, sinister look." And I wonder what he'd come up with. And he talked about the lenses and the kind of effect they gave. And I've got to say, it surpassed my expectation. Genuinely, surpassed what I thought it would look like. In my head, I pictured it not as good as that. You got almost a metallic feel around it, which is absolutely awesome.
Under promise and over deliver.
Very, very good. It looks, it's unrecognizable. When you were at the event, it just makes it looks as though it is taking place in an entirely different environment. Completely different look to that show than when you were there live, actually involved in it, for sure.
Well, when we get into Winehouse, we will have more control over the lighting. We had a bit of control over the lighting, but not much.
Like when they turned it off,
and when they turned it up to full and pissed off.
Yeah, that was quite bad.
And then I'm having to balance out for a lot of technical stuff. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You just roll with it, don't you? You just do your best with what's happening there in the moment and just get what you can, and then worry about it in post.
I know I nearly rolled with it right off the stage with a heart attack. It was absolutely terrifying at points. Ridiculously terrifying. It really was. My Pythagoras with a super chat. Evening, Neil. Son, how's it hanging? Hopefully, seriously good. I think one of my children may have just died. Can hear him upstairs. Clearly fighting like frig. For anybody else who's got boys,
might be the boyfriend.
No, well, that's something. I hate you, but something bad's going on upstairs. If that's something bad just went upstairs. I tend to think that it's probably my lads knocking the living out of each other, as they sometimes tend to do.
So when Neil sends you an invite to Iron House, it might be a different house.
yeah, you never know.
Like, oh, Iron Wars.
And you get there and you walk in. And, oh my God, it's the House of Wax. What's going on here? Well, James is in there, so you never know. He's Max Wanker. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the card we've got there. First of all, Iron House card, okay? A couple of attendees that are going to be over there. Firstly, we had a big match planned for Reality Check, and one of the guys who was involved in that match got COVID while he was literally at the fucking airport. Not now. You better not catch it again. I'll be absolutely sick. But we've got Mindaugas Terasaitis against Tom Holland going down. So that is on. And that's a match that we wanted to see. They match up so well on every level. That's going to be an absolute kick-ass match. I cannot wait. Genuine needle between those lads. Both of them genuinely believe that they can kick the out of the other guy. We'll find out, won't we? We will find out. The talking's done. So that's a really, really good match. I can't wait for it. I really can't. Our own Rolly Ray is coming, and he will be pulling against Patrick Van Den Berg in the mother fluffing house. If you don't know Patrick Berg is polished. Patrick Berg is professional. Patrick Berg is the man who is going to dive straight into the hook of Rolly Ray. Loves to pull in there. So that should be a really solid match. Looking forward to that one very, very much indeed. We also have got Jordan Davis coming over, the Aussie boy. He's bigger than he's ever been. Speaking to him on the chat the other day, he said he's going to be around 94, 95 kilos. And I think he's probably 6'2" and a seventh. So he will be over for that. and he's going to be pulling against Stoiker. So, you know, Bogdan and Jordan's a good pull, I think. I think that's interesting. Unless Ryan's been talking a lot of looks and Jordan isn't as good as he says, that should be an absolute killer. We also have got Frodo Hogeland coming to the event. We got the Steel Giraffe, Nicholas Nanastad, coming to the event. And a host of others who shall be announced shortly. One big one, Sandri Seris, is going to be there, the European champion. I'm working on a little bit of battleground action potentially there. We got Adrian O'Dwyer coming over for the show. We got a number of English lads going to be there. We got Uncle John coming over for the Arm War show. He's going to be there. And I've got a few matches that I really like there, but one of the guys that I was going to bounce past him tonight, we got a guy over here, a singing sensation from Scotland. And his name is Kieran Jock Jovi Morrison. And I happen to think that when you're around that 85 kilo mark, you and Jock Jovi could be great.
Well, look, I'll pull the guy, but he really needs to be careful because I heard he's a singer. And let it be known that he can sing whatever he wants, but when Little Runaway comes on by Bon Jovi, he's getting his ass spanked.
Oh, sing off.
Sing off.
In the Iron House.
100%. Book it. Book it.
Oh my God.
Karaoke was.
This is iron. Absolute. I do a bit of Tom Jones myself.
Perfect.
So, you know, I mean, badly. But,
sounds like a real shit show to me.
A lot of the people on the channel will have seen me crack a Metallica track out in the shower on the morning of Reality Check when I nearly died, actually. Needed a shower to live. You know, he kept shouting through the door, "You all right, son?" No.
It was tragic.
Nearly frigging died. I was up all night and actually nearly died. Smacked 3 cans of Red Bull and did a shower. Felt like I was alive again. Turn the page, motherfuckers. Now then, Craig Gavickland is in the house. Arm Wars for life. Yeah. By the way, is the footage from Shadow Warriors going to be released soon? Looking forward to seeing my match with Chris Waters. We got a few plans for stuff. Redline never came out either, but we got work to do. But you know, we've got work to do. And then wait, maybe we'll even see the light of day on the old Devon Larratt Ron Bath match. There's all kinds of things that could happen. We've got some stuff, but all in good time. Right now, the stuff from Reality Check, Reborn, and then the Iron House. That's what's going to go down. Now, let's have a look. Got a couple of super chats in here that I want to knock over. Alex Willett Arm Wrestling. Thanks for your super chat, mate. Appreciate it very much. Neil, I love what you're doing with the super high quality coverage of the elite level arm wrestlers. Do you think more coverage of smaller local tournaments will help grow the sport as well, so non-elites feel the attention too? I really do. And one of the guys that I've always been a big fan of is 217, Brad Cook. I think that Brad does what you've just described better than anybody else. He's got his own look, you know. Yeah. And I'm a huge fan of that. If you're not subscribed to 217, get over there. Really, really good footage. I absolutely loved it. I used to love Pullerville, but you know, there's been a number of people that have gone out and done really good presentations of arm wrestling. In fact, the 217 thing was what brought up a couple of years ago when Gary was doing the New Year's Eve thing. That's what brought up the whole discussion around what I wanted to do with Arm Wars when he was asking me why I walked away from the Eurosport Sky Sports thing. And that was why, because it wasn't evolving. It was pure sport. And you can't do that. There's just, number one, it's sort of like the cart before the horse, because arm wrestling isn't big enough to sustain that. You're not really going to generate fans above the purist, in my opinion. And I hope, pray, and believe that what we are doing at the moment, what myself and James are trying to do, is create a different look and feel for the thing, which is going to buy in the non-arm wrestler and the casual strength fan. If you're into strength sports, if you like fitness and strength sports, I really think this is going to appeal to you. Genuinely do. But it's for you guys in the chat and all the people to decide. Get out and have a look at it. So Phil Woody, UK, thanks for your super chat, mate. Just sticking a small token in the Arm Wars machine. Thank you very much, brother. Cedric is in the chat as well. Monster Michael Toddler is in there. Could Levan top roll a small gorilla?
Yes.
Quite possibly. Yes.
A big gorilla.
The man is strong, a sprig. There's no doubt about that. Let's have a look. Here we go. And I think we're caught up with super chats. If I have missed any, please let me know in the chat, guys. I'll keep my eye on that. But another thing I wanted to talk about. Anybody see the John Brzenk outing again this weekend?
Yep.
Yeah. Won his own tournament. Love it.
He's starting to get his legs under him again, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
You know, more. There's a lot more comfort at the table than there was. Did anybody see the matches with Derek Smith and Mike? And what were your impressions of that?
Yeah.
Anything you saw there that you didn't know?
What, when they were at John's house?
I think that Derek's getting better.
It's practice.
He looks
a lot of potential there, isn't there?
Yeah. I think I see more of him because there's when you're a personality on YouTube, there's certainly talk about getting better, and then me actually seeing you change and get better. And that was a big thing for me. Just the way he's been talking, the way he's been looking. I like Derek in the future. I'm hooking my trailer to him. Non-sexual.
I think he needs to get some pace.
Mm-hmm.
I think what we spoke about earlier on with what I mentioned earlier on with Alex, just to sort of reiterate the points there, the natural explosivity is there with Alex. That natural just takeoff. He's got so much explosivity, and I think when you get a natural giant like Derek, like Alex, if you can harness or bolt onto that natural explosivity, it makes you so much more dangerous, particularly if you arm wrestle more European in style. So forget that. Look at Ray smiling. So forget that load and go stuff. Just show nothing and explode. Pick your direction, pick your technique, and just blast. And I feel like that's something that Derek needs to work on, if I'm honest. If he could work just controlled hits over a short distance for a period of time, between 2 to 6 inches, I feel like that could do him a lot of good because he's got all the scale. He can pull pretty much anywhere. Obviously, he's got his comfortable spots like anybody does. But again, he's got that natural size. I'd love to see him one day train with Brzenk a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
He could do them both a world of good.
I agree.
I really do. It was nice to see them pulling together. Could a small gorilla top roll 11? Pythagoras has asked.
No.
Probably
no
not.
Chance.
May rip his arm clean off though and beat him to death with it. I mean, that could happen.
It doesn't count as top roll.
No, it doesn't. I mean, to be fair, that is an accurate. You can tell why you're the technical guy on here because you went straight to that. It was automatic. I like your work. You're born to do what you do, Ray. So, what else has happened this week that impressed everybody in the world of arm wrestling, guys?
Well, Tom Holland had a pretty impressive match yesterday.
Oh my God! So the PAA Nationals. Get yourself over to PAA. The PAA Nationals took place right here, close to home yesterday. I wanted to be at that. My sons were competing. They had a very big footy game, and my boy actually got man of the match. So I'm super proud of him for that. Scored a couple of times and did really, really well, and they won. So that was nice. And played again today. But the PAA Nationals yesterday. And there was a few surprising things in there. One of the things, and I mean this with the greatest of respect to Tom Holland, I know Tom's I've been messaging me, so I know he's in the chat. He got a win yesterday against Adrian O'Dwyer. And that was unexpected because Tom really has no right to do that. If I'm perfectly honest, Tom shouldn't have done that. Unusual circumstances, very, very emotionally charged. Probably too much, if I'm perfectly honest, watching it. But remarkable result for Tom Holland, minus setback for Adrian. Adrian has massive ability, not a great deal of experience, and I still believe a great deal in Adrian. I think he'll be absolutely fine. Tom Holland, mega, great training. Hope he didn't get injured, and he will be ready for Iron House. I hope that's Tom's last outing before Iron House in January. And we'll see a very good version of him there. But a number of great performances yesterday. It was nice to see some of the guys getting back in action. The level there was high. Your mate Dave Bradford with the double.
Yeah, I talked to him yesterday briefly and congratulated him. Makes me feel better to lose to him when he's the left-handed champ, in Britain.
Yeah. Will you be coming over again to the UK to visit the Queen?
Well, the Queen, I don't like to get too touchy with the Queen sometimes. Sometimes you got to leave.
It's not what I've heard.
Yeah. That was, do people know about the shirt she gave you?
The Queen? She did leave me with a party gift that I got, and she did give me this. Can you see that?
Just stand still in there and we'll see. I'll try and read that out.
The Queen's
Uncle John, it says, working hard deep inside the Queen's Secret Service in 2021.
Right.
I don't know what you can say about that, really, is there?
She's a great gal. She's a great gal. But I'm not in a position in my life where I can take on the responsibilities of, that's a lot of work being in the royal family.
Yeah, it is. It is a lot of work, but it's, maybe it's one
I'm fine being the Queen's rebound. I know, she's got to get back on the horse sometime, but.
So John, when you, can people buy the Secret Service shirt, John?
They certainly can, Neil. They're available through Arm Wars. This is can you believe it? I have an exclusive Arm Wars t-shirt. Get a load of this on the front. You want to impress the babes? This is what they're going to see. You can't get them in the sack with this. All you got to do is turn around.
Yeah, and they know that you hang with a guy, the Queen.
They know you are fertile and you're virile, and there is nothing they're going to have a different type of night with you. I'm telling you that. You can get them right now.
I love this comment here from Brian Buck. Levant is overrated.
Yeah, and Levant was in the chat and he made a comment. I would love to arm wrestle fully grown silverback someday.
Yeah, just make sure it's in a good mood. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So I dropped in earlier on to Michael and Rebecca's show. They were on live tonight. If you're not subscribed to Monster Mike, get over there and get subbed. And they were on live tonight. I dropped on for a minute. And I was trying to sort of tease along a match between Cadacchia and MT. Because, let's be honest, Arm Wars is where it all started for Monster Mike. Back in the day. Monster Michael Todd, if you go to the YouTube channel Arm Wars Archive, okay? Some of Mike's matches were immoral. I mean, he had some incredible. The day that Devon and Brzenk pulled at the Deepwater, he pulled with Marcio. Absolutely unbelievable match. He had incredible matches all over the world. He was like a giant version of Frodo Hoagland. Not King's moving, straight up orthodox pulling, super entertaining. Clearly got COVID, mate. So just out of interest. I've had it for about a month. But
you need some
joking aside, frigging right I do. Well, I might have died, apart from the fact that I have been taking a bit of Western cracked peppercorn. It's my jam at the moment, and I've been smashing it, It's helping me lose the back tits and stay alive. I'm alive like a Bee Gees song. So, back to arm wrestling. Monster Michael Todd and Alex Cadacchia. September 23rd to September 25th. Let's go. I would love to see that. Maybe we could put that on at the Arnold Classic at the Giants Live Strongman Arena show. How'd that be? That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Mega.
A big version of the Gnome, even Giant to Gnome, and Cadacchia. Right-handed, of course. That would be serious. Joe Mama with a super chat. Neil, I know it's more dollars, but a quality Arm Wars website with merch all in one place. An arm wrestler bios and a list of champs would be sweet. Well, we are working on a website. I'm working on that now, and I'm going to get the Arm Wars channel linked onto that, so you'll be able to see Supernatural Strength and Arm Wars channel all in one place. But right now, guys, got to be honest, our focus is on Iron House and on making the shows better. All our focus is in that. And it's fair to say we don't have any spare time. Myself and James have been messing each other at stupid o'clock, particularly James, who regularly will message you at 5 a.m. because he doesn't sleep. Maybe a vampire.
Yeah.
May genuinely
just
be
missing you. That's all it is. You know, those
I never saw
early
him
hours of the
eating
morning.
Well, he did message me at a ridiculous. The other night, he put something like, "Just finished the stinger. It'll be over in 10 minutes." And I'm like, "Oh, that's great," because it was about 5:15 a.m. and he was still rocking on. And then he put,
the creativity's knocking about when everybody else is asleep.
Well, you can soak it in,
grab all that creativity and
and fling it down.
And people don't bother you. That's the main reason. Is people don't bother you at 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
No, I can imagine they don't. That's because most normal humans are asleep.
Yeah.
You know,
out of my way.
Guys, I have to go.
Rolly,
yeah,
we love you.
Thanks, everyone.
Not all of us.
James, I know.
Not all of us.
So we're gonna be on for about 5 more minutes, guys, and then we're gonna hit the tracks yourself. Anybody got any messages? Let us know. And let me tell you a little bit, just while Rolly Ray is jumping out of the chat, let me tell you a little bit about what we got coming up next weekend on Sunday at the same time that we'd normally roll with the Fix. Fix probably going to move to Saturday or Monday, and we will have round 2 with Devon Larratt, John Brzenk. They will be back on the show for a little bit of a last-minute get-together and chat before they go over.
Getting close now.
Yeah, mate, it is.
Really ramping up. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be. I think Devon said on the phone the other day it was going to be going. I think around the 6th of December, something like that, 5th or 6th.
That's only 4 days before.
That's late. It's just before.
Yeah.
Last time he went out, was it 2 weeks before, something like that?
It was more than 4 days anyway.
I spoke to him on Friday night, and he said he was tapering down now. He's not doing any more training, really. I think John's still obviously doing quite a bit. So John obviously going to be running it closer than Devon did. Just seen a comment in the chat there. Where can I purchase a Devon Larratt Arm Wars t-shirt? We're actually about to launch one, mate. The No Limit shirt. The John Brzenk Perfect Storm shirt is out now. So you can get your hands on that. It's in, if you go to the community tab on the Supernatural Strength channel, you can find a lot of the merch. A ton of the Arm Wars stuff is actually in the description right here. So if you want an Arm Wars merch, go check it out there. We'll be putting the John one out. In fact, after the show, I'll build the John one into to the chat here on the show, so you can go and get hold of the John Secret Service one. I'll also put Cadacchia's in there as well, in celebration of Cadacchia's win. But a lot of the merch is still available from Reality Check, so you can still pick up those there. The Perfect Storm John Brzenk shirt is there, and the Devon Larratt No Limit shirt will be out imminently, guys. And I think everybody got a bit of a sneak peek of it, and the hoodie. And if you haven't, apparently it was on Devon's channel. I haven't seen that yet, but we sent Devon one over, which was too short in the arms for him because he's got super long arms. But that's about the size of that, guys. We're gonna jump off.
Don't forget the John and the Queen up a tree shirt.
That's going on,
and I'll have that posted on my my all forthgoing videos at this point, so you can check that out in the description of my videos.
It is going to be out very shortly. I'll pop it on here and I'll ping it around and put it on the community tab as well for you guys. We're going to drop off in a second, jump back on middle of the week. I'll come on and give you some updates, and I'll also put out the times of next week's Fix. Probably going to move, as I say, to, it could be Friday even, but Friday, Saturday, or Monday for the Fix.
I noticed you put the link up an hour before the show tonight, Neil, and that went down really well.
I think it was more than that. It was about 3 hours before, mate.
Well, it's good. It's good. Really useful for the viewers. So I know I've been there a few times refreshing the page, and then you miss the start. So
yeah. Usually I'm lastminute.com because I get back with the lads competing super late on a Sunday. But we'll try and get that up as early as I can. I think we've covered off most things tonight, guys. Fix episode number 83, been on over for just over an hour, and we're going to probably knock it on the titty tits at that. Any messages or any questions, remember you can also send them over to the channel on the email address for the channel, or just PM us to the channel. The Facebook pages, let me tell you, are also linked up now. So Supernatural Strength channel is available on Facebook. The new Arm Wars channel, if you go onto Facebook, Arm Wars, just straight Arm Wars, and you'll see the picture of Devon Larratt with the Arm Wars banner across him, and the big black and gold Arm Wars banner. There's Jesus.
He didn't like Ray. He was waiting for Ray to.
He did. You had a big black cattail hard on for a moment there. Probably screenshot that and send it to you at some point. It's a kind of a tradition here on the Fix.
I'll put it on the wall.
We got James's shirt figured out.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I don't want to be stepping on Ray's toes there.
Nobody does a cattail hard on like Ray. They really don't. But get over to the Facebook channel, guys, as well. For Arm Wars, follow us there for all updates. Is he gonna do a high five? Keep watching for that pause. Boom! There he goes.
He does everything. Yes, he's got loads of tricks.
Did you see it then? Donk came out. I love it. Amazed me that when I went around there and he was high fiving him.
James is like, I'm so busy. Oh, I'm training my cat to freaking give high fives.
You can't argue with that.
That was when he was a kitten. That's
why he's up till 5 a.m.
That was
pre-lockdown, when the world was better and you had more time.
Yeah, you were sat inside and Fake Taxi was down. So all you could do was teach the cat to do an high five. I love your work, Sam. Absolutely magical. Guys, we're going to jump off here. Thank you to everybody in the chat. I've no idea how many people we actually had in the chat tonight, but it's quite a few. I think we were probably over 200 at some point.
I think we were close to 4 at one point.
Really? Even better. Guys, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for tuning in, as always. And we will see you very, very soon. Check out Uncle John. He's coming over to the Iron House. We're going to keep announcing as the matches keep rolling in for that one. And until we see you next time here on The Fix, get over to Uncle John's, get subbed. Get over to the Voice of Arm Wrestling, get subbed. Please, 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 guys, get over and sub to the new Arm Wars channel. Arm Wars on YouTube. You'll find it right there. Our guys have been putting it in the chat throughout. Get over, get subbed. Watch that film, guys. More to come. More and better. And until we see you next time here on The Fix, take it easy, peeps.